you understand to be apathy, it may be, it may be, it may not saying like justify, but like it may like let's just make sure we're not confusing, natural human compassion or
Yeah,
understanding or sympathy with apathy. But now, assuming that you're 100% correct and you're talking about apathy, you got to get
yeah, I
rid
am.
of whatever the fuck is generating that, whether it's a person, place, or a thing. That's the only way that's gonna go away. The definition of environment is the circumstances which influence a living organism. Once you take control of what the fuck is influencing you, you gonna take control of your living organism, yourself as a living organism. So, I don't know if it's possible for you to get rid of a person, place, or thing. But if not, you're gonna have to alter the way you interacting with it, and whatever the fuck is causing that feeling is gonna have to stop. Because if not, that shit gonna evolve into cancer. Shit gonna evolve into a brain tumor or something.
Yeah, you right, and you right for that.
Yeah. And once again, like I said, you got people that try to stress your ass out on purpose to motherfucking make you get cancer or commit suicide. Like I said, I remember being in jails. Niggas used to do that. Nigga tried that shit with me back in the day. Everybody banging on the motherfucking doors, taking turns all night, so I can't go to sleep. Nigga, I had to fight the whole. Nigga, I fought the whole fucking Erie County Holding Center. Nigga, doing that, the whole box. Nigga, motherfucking nigga, and everybody was in there. Everybody was in there. Me, Eli from the park, DJ from the belt, nigga, Face from Davison, nigga, Mardeezy, nigga, everybody was in there when I was in the box. Nigga, that shit was lit in the box. Nigga, I fought the whole box. I only had one nigga on my side, and the nigga was downstairs. I couldn't even see the nigga. I could only hear him on the vent. And the nigga used to just be on the vent like, yeah, fee, yeah. Nigga, I fought the whole fucking Erie County Holding Center by myself. And I say to say this. I remember that, nigga. I remember niggas bang. I remember niggas used to take turns rapping and banging on the door all night, kicking on the doors all night so you can't go to sleep. And that shit'll give you cancer. A motherfucker try to stress you to death. So people be doing that shit in them jails and they be doing that shit in them houses. And bitches be doing that shit too. Like, that's a tactic. I want motherfuckers to know that that is a tactic. A motherfucker will intentionally make mistakes and intentionally keep doing shit that they should not do. Like at a job, you wouldn't do it. At a job, you would whatever the fuck you wouldn't do at work. You doing that shit at home. Like you wouldn't spill coffee 20 times at work, but you doing that shit at home.
Yeah,
You wouldn't have fucked this document up. You know what I'm saying? But you doing that shit at home. Like, or you know what I'm saying? Just constantly being a burden, but doing it in a way where it's not intentional. And they do that because if you complain about it, then they always could cover and be like, well, you just don't know. You just take things too serious, or you're always in a rush. Moving slow as hell, and then if you say hurry up, they gonna say you in a rush. Playing all the time and not never being serious, at least when they supposed to be, just constantly being childish. Then when you say something, they say you take things too serious. A motherfucker at work, or a motherfucker eat your lunch plate or your plate that you made for work, knowing that you ain't eat the day before, and then they excuses you just being greedy. Like, so we gotta.
right.
I mean, all that little type of shit gotta stop, bro. All that shit count. All of that type of shit count. I know motherfuckers don't want to count it, but it do count. You asking me to get you something from the store, and nigga, I clearly heard you tell me to get you a bottle of Remy, and I brought you a bottle of Douce.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, nigga, you asked for the vanilla. You asked for a vanilla Dutch. I heard you 100% tell me to get you a fucking vanilla Dutch. And I heard you say if they don't got the vanilla, get you the blueberry. And I went in that bitch and got you a fucking Swisher.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like when people do that, they do that on purpose. It's kind of like the motherfucker in class. Like, I'm not saying people stupid. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know, you don't know. But the thing
Right.
is this, you ever be in school and you got that motherfucker that's answering shit wrong on purpose?
Yeah, and laughing. Look at you and laugh.
Yeah. And it's
Yeah.
like, that shit might be funny sometimes. I'm not gonna lie, like, I think shit like that be funny sometimes, but that's not funny all the time.
Right.
Just constantly being the motherfucker to play stupid, or constantly being the motherfucker to take too long, or constantly holding up the line, and constantly just doing that. Like, you fuck up so much shit doing that, little do you know. and you open us up to get blue. Because if you're doing that in front of a teacher or an authority figure that's not gonna only say something to you, but they gonna say something to everybody, now you got us beefing with this motherfucker, and then you might not even be like that. Because imagine somebody doing that in the army. Imagine me doing that to you in the army. I'm purposely. Hold on 1 second. Let me hit this. Hold up.
Go ahead.
Imagine me doing that to you in the army. I'm purposely doing shit that's pissing the sergeant off or pissing the superior off. Or nigga, imagine me and you in a gang, nigga, we in the hood. That's damn near like being in the army. Long story short, nigga, whatever we a part of, I'm purposely pissing our superiors off. And then, nigga, they come say something to you. They don't just say something to me. They say something to you and everybody. But, nigga, you actually a punch one of they ass. Like, you actually a fight one of they ass. So now, based upon me being a clown or based upon me being an asshole in this scenario, I done got you into a real brawl.
Right.
I done got you, nigga, you done caught a real charge for some shit that would have never happened had I not been doing that fuck ass shit I was doing. So now the question becomes, you think I didn't know not to be doing that fuck ass shit before I did it? Yeah, I knew not to be doing that before I did it. That's why I did it, to cause chaos. And I'm telling you, that's the shit that really, really gotta stop. Because them the hits that's hitting the hardest because you not blocking them because you don't know you getting hit. So you feeling the full, so you feeling the full effect of that because you didn't know that was hitting you. You could have lived to 80, but you died when you was 40 because your family was purposely loud as hell every day. Purposely. Or purposely bothering you and purposely aggravating you. Pranking the shit out you. Imagine a motherfucker pranking you every day for 5 years. That shit'll fuck your nervous system up. If I pranked you every single day, it'd get to a point where if a nigga actually shot at you, you wouldn't even duck because you would be desensitized to danger because you spent one whole year thinking you was in danger every day.
Nah, for real.
Right.
That's a fact.
Right. If I act like I'm gonna pop out from behind the door every day with a knife, what happened if somebody actually pop out from behind the door with a knife? Nigga, you ain't even gonna move out the way.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, so the shit motherfuckers be doing, all I'm gonna say is this, I'm gonna end this here. The shit motherfuckers be doing, they be doing that shit on purpose, bro. That shit is to give you cancer. These motherfuckers is not stupid. It's not an accident. Like I said, they do that shit on purpose, nigga. They do that shit on purpose. It's to give you cancer. It's to give you cancer. And it's a hit that nobody knew that they was taking. But they've been taking that hit. And I'm just gonna be honest with you, it's to give you cancer. But I appreciate you pulling up. And I'm gonna go to Love Jones.
For sure. Appreciate you, man.
Hey, Pharoah. Hey, Pharoah.
I'm sorry about that. How are you, sweetie?
I'm good. I don't really know what y'all was talking about.
You all right? Wait. You all right? You can ask me anything, but before you do, state your name and where you tapping in from.
I'm Love Jones. I'm from Brooklyn, New York.
All right, let's go. All right, y'all. I got 17% left. I may or may not use it all, but that's what y'all got out of me. Okay, shout out to Brooklyn, New York. All right, ask me anything. How you feeling?
Wait, hold up.
You say who?
No, I'm trying to show myself.
Oh, you all right?
I'm trying to cam up.
You okay? Handle your business.
Okay.
All right. How are you?
I'm good.
That's all you're here?
Mostly.
Okay. Gorgeous. Regardless, gorgeous. I ain't gonna play on your top. I just wanted to know because I seen the color. I was gonna ask you, is that your natural color?
It's dark, but I be coloring it from time to time. But
Okay.
I want to say, like, I've loved you for years. And I want to know, do you plan on teaching again?
Yeah, well, I'm never not teaching. I'm just making sure that I create a schedule for myself or that I maintain a schedule that I created for myself. I'm getting ready to be on to where I can do everything I want to do. But I will be teaching on my website, and all of my work will be becoming documentaries as well as literature. So yes, I will be teaching, but what I'm also looking to do is do a deal with Sony and potentially GameStop to where I can do animes and gaming, and I can do esports and gaming events and all kind of shit like that, to where we can use that money to build our community and develop these projects that I created and do what the fuck we got to do. So yes, I'm always going to be teaching, but I'm also going to be making shit happen. actually
So
making shit happen. Yeah.
I have another question. How do you feel about FBA?
FDA, like
FBA, Foundational Black Americans, that movement that's going on right now. How do you feel about that?
I've never heard of it.
Foundational Black Americans, like
Never.
people that are saying like they are like from the lineage of America. They're delineating. They're not calling themselves African American anymore. Like, how do you feel about that?
So,
So,
what about it? What do they want? They want some kind of special privileges?
no, it's not a privilege. It's just like,
No, I'm saying, what is their agenda?
oh, FBA. From what I know, it's just like they're not calling them. They're not. They're disassociating themselves from the diaspora.
And all of that
So
may actually be true. They actually may be 100% correct to do that. I'm not saying they not, but I'm saying, what is their goal and agenda? I'm getting right to it. No bullshit. If I was a judge in the courtroom and they came into my courtroom and I said, what the fuck do y'all want? What would they want?
reparations, also acknowledgement, and also just to be, acknowledged for like being like a long lineage in America. Because I think a lot of people think that Black Americans are immigrants, and because of what's going on with like whatever.
History. The falsehoods of history.
But people think that like Black Americans are immigrants right now, present day. So they feel like everything that's going on with like Trump, whatever else they got going on with like the ICE raids and everything. Everybody keeps saying Black Americans, y'all are next, y'all are next. So what do you think about that? Like the fact that like the ones of us that have like citizenship, the ones of us that have like a long lineage in this country, everybody's always scapegoating us. They're blaming us for every fucking thing. They're even trying to blame us for Kirk boy that just got assassinated. They're saying they just blame us. What do you think about that?
That's wrong. They can't blame you for that. Can't blame us for that. We ain't got shit to do with that. But what I will say is this. The Caucasian is a genetically engineered organism. So they don't have
Okay.
no jurisdiction to tell nobody at all, anything at all, because they still have yet to publicly admit that and establish who the fuck they is. Okay, so we gonna start right there. Okay then. All the history gotta come out and all of the dates gotta be redacted and a lot of shit gotta be changed. But yes, people do think Black Americans are immigrants because they teaching that shit in school.
You're right.
They
Yeah.
changed the word slaves. If I'm not mistaken, they did. Maybe they changed it back. But last time I checked, they changed the word slave to immigrant, trying to make slavery seem
No,
like it was.
oh,
I mean, trying to basically tone down the brutality of slavery. So I say that to say, yeah, they probably are. But long story short, all of that get quashed in court. And I do mean quashed, because sometimes they use the word quash. All of that type of shit get quashed or squashed, you know, when we start telling motherfuckers to establish jurisdiction.
so what do you think about like the Native American tribes now recognizing the quote unquote Black people that were like indigenous, and they're like in court right now and they're trying to make amends and like incorporate us and recognize us as a part of their tribes?
Good. Finally, they doing something that they been knew they should have did. But beyond that, if you gonna recognize us, make sure you recognize that money and give us some of that $100,000 Dow Scrolls money and Dow's commission money that you getting every month and every year that really belong to us, because we the real Indians.
We always have been.
Because the group of people that consider themselves to be Native Americans today are receiving benefits from the government for stolen land that they were not the
Hello.
original inhabitants of.
So what do you think about
So come
them?
up off that bag. And if you ain't gonna come up off that bag, you gonna give us a percentage of it.
But this is what's happening right now, but they're still blaming the quote unquote Black people of America for what the government made a mishap on. And they're still calling us pretendians, even though we know pretendians were literally like the Caucasian people that
Yeah.
paid the $5. Like, but they're calling us that. What do you think about that?
That's incorrect. And all they have to do is once again reference what I just named, the Dow's Rolls. Look it up. It's called the Dow's Rose.
I
It's a
know, I know, I
legal.
know, I know about the Dow's Road.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, go look up the Dow's Rose. It should basically, you know how to, like I said, I'm not going to turn this to a history lesson, but I'm going to condense it right now. Like, imagine me telling people, hey, we know that, you know, these are the damages basically that you incurred from our behavior. Sign this documentation and we will restore you, you know, so and so many acres of such and such X amount of revenue on these dates. And then the government intentionally allowed the people that fucked the land up to sign it. So the people that was the victims never actually got to sign it. The people that got to sign it is and was and were the descendants of the people that was pillaging.
Hey, I gotta put this on.
Right? So that's
My
how
was
the land,
hurting.
so that's how the, you
Sorry.
know, whatchamacallit, that is how the land, you know, that is how infiltration took place, and that is how the land got took, and that is how,
So I have one last question. So what
yeah.
do you think about like us being scapegoated like for everything that's going on? Like when the the ICE raid started, they were like, we're the black people. The Mexicans was like, where's the black people? And then like with the Kirk guy, they were literally like shut down some of the HBCUs, giving the unalivement threats or whatever. Like they keep scapegoating black people. How do you feel about that?
Well, write their ass up.
Why are we getting
Ri-
scapegoated?
Well, write them up if you being scapegoated and press charges on them for criminal negligence.
So what about the HBCUs though that had to be shut down because of the threats? And they saying it's
Then
retaliatory.
they need to press charges.
Well, why
You
is it
need to-
retaliatory when we don't have nothing to do with that?
exactly. So you need to press charges, and you need to say that you are the victim of workplace sabotage. That's a crime. Due to this
On the
person, you need to
campuses?
press charges. You need to press charges. You need to file a complaint and say that you want your complaint handled in the form of criminal negligence, and it's going to evolve into workplace sabotage. And then criminal negligence is people spewing misinformation, and due to them spewing misinformation, you had to, you know, XYZ had to happen. These universities or these facilities or whatever organizations were not able to operate upon schedule, and here's the damages, and that's considered workplace sabotage. And you could smack their ass just like that, and the government could find you. They could track your IP address. They could track your number. They could find you. Like, you're not nowhere, and they not nowhere where the fuck they could actually hide. And at minimum, they will be subpoenaed to court, and they will have to go into a courtroom and explain what the fuck they did. And they'll probably never do that shit again ever in life to nobody. Trust me when I tell you that. So
So do
goddamn.
you feel like we should show up to march and like to advocate for other groups of people?
Sometimes, but only if it's necessary. Like, only if like they need resources, and like they hungry and they need clothes, and like for some reason they can't get it for themselves and the government ain't do it, and like we got to go out there and actually get it for them. Like, what I was gonna do with my 18-wheeler is send resources to communities in my 18-wheeler and let people just open that motherfucker up, and they gonna share it, but like grab what they need. You know what I'm saying? But like whatchamacallit, damn, I just lost my train of thought. It's going, listen to me, I heard what you asked me, but I'm gonna re-jog my memory. Ask me that question again, and when you ask me, it's gonna remind me of everything I wanted to say it again.
Okay, so do you feel like we should advocate for other groups of people and march in the
Right,
streets
right,
for
right,
other
right, right,
groups of
right, right, right,
people?
right. Okay, thank you. Yep, and I jog my memory. Right. So with that being said, only on the ground if they need it, but no, because nothing's more powerful than a court document, because that makes shit happen immediately. So like, listen to me. Imagine the police shoot the motherfucker on Monday, and us going outside and protesting for 3 days straight. By the time niggas done tearing shit up and causing all of that damage, right? It's so much new beef that what the fuck originally happened probably don't even matter. 4 motherfuckers probably done got shot. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, but if you would have just wrote their ass up and pressed charges on their ass,
Ma, you good?
if you would have just wrote their ass up and
I'm
pressed
sorry.
charges on them, etc., and handled that situation in that particular manner, you would have got immediate results. And them 72 hours you spent outside tearing shit up, you could have spent that, or maybe way less than that, having a legitimate investigation conducted and actually benefiting from your situation. and actually getting money and getting a lawsuit
So
fast.
let me ask you another question. What do you think about Trump deploying the National Guard in Chicago?
When did he do it and why?
He said he was going to do it. He did it in DC, and he's going to do it in DC, in Chicago, because he wants to like clean up the streets or whatever the case may be. That's what he's saying. But what do you think about that? The National Guard, like
I think